Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal and topped it off with a measly dessert. This is Mr. Hotta speaking. Previously, there was a rant on Cartoon Network 2015. Today is the video that is finally here. Get ready for this. It is the top 12 worst TV shows ever in history. It was started back in 2012, but it's finally here after 2.5 years. Warning, this list could be outdated within 5 years if another atrocity comes out. Many will find this agreeable. All these shows have a reason for being on this list. These shows will be getting what they deserve. With that, let's begin, shall we? This is supposed to be made back in 2014, but other rants had to be done before this one. Note, the shows won't be in full detail because then it would be too long of a countdown. It would be over an hour. There may be shows that belong on this list, but some of them weren't watched enough to be decided on. There will be dishonorable mentions later in the video, which will be numbers 15, 14, and 13. More like dishonorable mentions. Back to the countdown. Time for number 12. Number 12 is Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, aka Daniel the Tiger, which deserves to be on this countdown. This bad baby show is nothing more than childish animated spin-off, rip-off of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. What's more is that this is a big slap in the face to Mr. Rogers. It is very insultive to a show about a man in a class. Unlike this polite man that the show was originally about, this main character of the spin-off has no class. This baby tiger Daniel attempts to look cute and innocent like SpongeBob, but in reality is not. He's nothing but an annoying, whiny, big crybaby who never shuts up. Well, guess what? His neighborhood sucks. Gosh, he never knows when to shut up. All he does for an entire episode is talk about himself and how he's scared of getting shots to the whole audience who is not listening. They're clearly not listening. It's like a typical Cartoon Network rant, which of all suck. What a wimp. How did this baby show get over 80 episodes? Daniel the Tiger, more like Daniel the Baby's Neighborhood. Ugh. Ultimately, this is a big disgrace to Mr. Rogers. Seriously, Daniel the Tiger, nobody cares about you. Just leave everyone alone and get back to what you're doing. Yeah, this is one of the more modern PBS Kids shows, which came out either 2011 or 2012, whatever, doesn't matter. But this is a sign of modern PBS Kids. Number 11 is Sid the Science Kid, more like Sid the Stupid Kid. It's about a 4-year-old boy that thinks he's a scientist. Well, he's not. How dare he thinks like that, or compares himself to a scientist. He's not even a shadow of one. Shut up, Sid the Stupid Kid. Just shut up. And shut that microphone up your teacher's rear end. Overall, everything in the show sucks. Whenever the microphone echoes, it's breakfast time. Gosh, Sid's parents are so immature. Sid does not even eat his breakfast. In the car, Sid always sings, "I love my mom. Oh, no, it's cool. Now it's time for having fun at school. Yeah!" Sucky song. At school, Sid sings a song about his friends. Gabrielle sucks at dancing. Gerald, put down the air guitar. No, you're not a rock star, and you'll never be. You're not even a shadow of one. You annoying pink kid. You. May, who is the Asian, is so dumb that's not even funny. May I show you how I grew? Ugh. She is one of the worst Asian characters ever in TV history. The Sid survey is so boring. Next is Rugtime, another ear-aching song. Teacher Susie just dances like a stripper. That is when Gerald is troublesome but does not even get punished. No, you are not funny, you dumb pink kid. All the babies do is screw around and play with themselves the whole episode. Then it's time for everyone to go home. What, really? It's time for them to go home? They didn't even do anything in school. Since Grandma picks them up, and all she ever does is tell lies. What kind of school is this? The primary problem with this education system is that it's only 15 to 20 minutes of school a day. You call that a school? That's not a school. That's a 10-minute play place. What kind of school is this? The second problem is that there are only 4 kids in that one school. Look, this isn't the middle of nowhere. Overall, all the characters are immature and not cool. All the adults, including Sid's parents, Morton Alice, Sid's grandma, and a teacher, all act like a bunch of 5-year-olds. Seriously, act your age, adults, already. Grow up. People, grow up. Overall, all the characters are unlikable. Number 10. Now we're in the top 10. And this is a show that almost everyone hates, and it's Barney the Purple Dinosaur, aka Barney and Friends. More like Booby the Dinosaur, or Barney the Purple Pedophile, Booby and Enemies, whatever it's called. This baby show alone should be made to a rant. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. This show will be getting a rant after this video, which will be coming out in March. Oh, yeah. All Barney ever does is stand there and giggle. It's a mystery how this baby show can lasted from 1992 to 2010, 18 years. Baby Bop is just a big baby who's a Triceratops. BJ or BJ's isn't interesting. Same with Riff. All these 3 dinos are basically Barney's only real friends. All Barney and his quote-unquote friends ever do sing silly annoying songs, play pretend in every episode. Not everything will be said in this show about the show because there are 9 more bad shows to get to. However, there is more that must be said about this trash. It's all Barney's fault that obesity is an epidemic in this country, child abduction, a decline in the economy, that there are trolls on YouTube, and serial killers on the loose. The movie Barney's Not So Great Adventure was an utter failure. More will be said in the rant. Number 9 is Sesame Street because of Elmo's World. Elmo is even worse than Barney. All he does is talk about himself in third person, talk to his pet goldfish, and talk to Mr. Noodle. Mr. Noodle belongs in a mental institution. Gosh, Elmo never shuts up and looks even more creepy than Barney. More will be said in another video. There may be a rant on Sesame Street, despite how many people like this show. Number 8 is Dragon Tales, more like Drag Gay Tales. All the characters are big babies. Max is a whiny brat. Emmy is so bossy. How is she even a 6-year-old? She looks too mature to be a 6-year-old. Word is such a big baby who's obese. Cassie is a crybaby. Zack and Wheezy are annoying, especially Wheezy. And Ketzel doesn't teach crap in that so-called School of the Sky. There may be a rant on this show. In one episode, they taught kids that cheating was okay, and that predators or secondary consumers must starve to death. In another, this show ended without a series finale. The show aired reruns for 5 years and was finally done in 2011. Thank goodness. Same should have been with Clifford the Big Fat Dog. Number 7 is Max and Ruby, a boring cartoon from Nick Jr. It ended in 2013, thank goodness. The theme song was just Max and Ruby, repeated with a boring old music and a classic voice. Ruby is the older sister and is just a bossy wannabe 6-year-old that tells her 4-year-old brother Max, "No, Max, no! You can't do this! No, no, no!" Max is just some brain-dead 4-year-old that can't do anything right. Heck, he can't even talk. All he does is repeat words. Oh, hose. All he ever does is attempt to repeat one word every episode. Why on earth is Ruby in charge? Who put her in charge? What on earth happened to the parents? Where are they? Are they dead? What on earth is wrong with Max? Is he autistic? No offense to autism. This cartoon is just as boring as watching a bunch of rabbits. Nothing else to say. Even Rabbids Invasion was better than this show, and it's a ripoff of Teletubbies. Number 6 is Bubble Guppies, another Nick show, more like Bubble Gay Peas or Bubble Gay Poopies. Not only is it in the top 5, it rips off Sid the Science Kid, or Sid the Stupid Kid. This show is about some baby mermaids. This boring piece of crap always starts off with a theme song, a high-pitched voice saying, "Time for Bubble Guppies! Time for Bubble Guppies!" And Molly saying, "Hi, I'm Molly! Stop telling everyone who you are already! We already know that! No one's brainless!" There are 6 kids, or mermaids, and a teacher named Mr. Grouper, who's a terrible teacher. All the kids in that show do is sing silly songs on everything, including lunch. "Hey, what did you pack for lunch?" "I had a tuna sandwich." They never stop talking to the viewer, which needs to stop. What kind of school is this? All they ever do is screw around all day and play with themselves. Or imagine everything. Time for Bubble Gay Peas! More like time to turn off the TV. Yes, it is time to turn off the TV every time the show comes on. Ugh. Number 5 is Word World. All this show is about is some farm animals who are made out of letters and run around all day screaming like a bunch of spoiled brats. Who doesn't want to shoot them in the face and eat them for dinner? Well, they're farm animals. They're not domestic animals. They get everything they want just because they have all those letters, like D-O-G, dog, that's a character, or pig, or T-E-N-T, tent. They always sing this annoying song which needs to stop. Let's build a world, let's build it, let's build now! Number 4 is any live action show on Cartoon Network. Why on earth were there live action shows on Cartoon Network? They don't even belong to Nickelodeon or Disney. This is Cartoon Network. These reality shows were so bad that they don't even deserve to exist, period. Despite that they belong to Disney or Nickelodeon. Only Level Up is not as bad as the others. What kind of shows are destroyed to destroy and do what would happen? More like destroy everything or get away. Most of them didn't even last long, thank goodness. Incredible Crap was the last of them, thank goodness. Brain Rush, more like Brain Rape. Hole in the Wall, more like Hole in the Head. They were just as boring as some of the mini live action shows from Nickelodeon and Disney. Enough said. There was already around this. I didn't get many views. Number 3, now in the top 3 territory, is a show from 2013 that's called Peg Plus Cat or Peg and Cat. More like Peg Screws Cat or Peg Plus Crap, Peg Plus Bull Crap, Peg Gets Screwed by Cat, Peg Plus Cock, Peg Gets a Hole Screwed by a Cat, or Peg Gets Screwed up the Butt by Cat, or Peg Gets Boned by Cat, etc. This show is about a little poorly drawn girl and a black cat named Cat who just do basic math crap. Not only does the theme song sound like Peg Plus Cat, da 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 da, all the other songs make the Looney Tunes show songs look okay, and the Fanboy and Chum Chum theme song look like a #1 hit on TV. Peg never shuts up and always says, "We have a really big problem. The problem is you because nobody likes you, Peg." Or Poop Plus Crap. What another cool way to call this show. Poop Plus Crap. She almost looks like Ferris from that McDonald's advertisement back in 2012 and 2013, which also sucked. Number 2 is Team Umizoomi. This is one of the most monotonous shows in history. The theme song is even worse than Peg Plus Cat. The 3 characters are Umi, Millie, and Geo. The 2 kids look like a bunch of ugly mice, and Geo's just a dumb, green, quote-unquote, friendly, annoying robot that should have been scrapped for good before the show was even created. All these 3 uninteresting, mundane characters do is help kids with their problems in real life, like finding a soccer ball, or helping him shoot a goal. It's 3 cartoon characters in a real-life world, but it's boring. Someone, please blow up these 3 characters and destroy their vehicle. Not only are they annoying enough to ramble to the audience, they also think that they are strong in math. They even claim to have mighty math powers. Mighty math powers? More like mighty BS. They don't have any power. If they had math powers, they'd be studying calculus, BC, and college math at the highest level and getting 100% in that class. This show is so monotonous that it'll make one want to shut off their TV after seeing this for 5 minutes. The kids that are in the show suck too. There is no well-developed, interesting character at all. The trio just solves level 1 math problems in a slow-paced show. How on earth is this trio a team? They're nothing but a terrible threesome. Okay. Before we get to number 1, here's some dishonorable mentions. Number 16 was any Scooby-Doo spin-off except Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, which includes Mystery Incorporated. Number 15 is Cyber Chase. Number 14 was Booba, more like Pooba or Peep-Ba or Boob-Ah. Number 3 is the Teletubbies. And number 1, drum roll please, 3, 2, 1, Super Y. More like Super, why don't you shut up and go away forever? This by far is the most boring cartoon of all time. There is so much to say about this show. First of all, this is one of the most boring theme songs ever. Who's got the power? The power to read Super Y. The main character, Wyatt, or Super Y, is one of the most annoying characters of all time, who just rambles to the audience. Gosh, he never shuts up. Not only does he never stop flapping his jaws, he claims to have the power to read. Bullcrap! Utter BS. He has the ability to read like a 5-year-old American. The other main characters include a fat pig named Alpha Pig with his lickety letters, the power to spell, Princess P, or Princess Poop with her wands up in Wonderland with no power, or Wonder Rape, or a ripoff of Little Red Riding Hood. And she sucks, and Little Red Riding Hood sucks also. She's just as bad as her. The 11th Storybook Village. This is one of the most redundant shows ever. Just like Phineas and Ferb, it's as redundant as Penis and Turd. Here's each episode. One of the 4 characters have a problem. They go to the fairy tale or fable. They end every ending with a boring, happy ending. They crack the code, problem solved, hip hip hooray, the Super Raiders save the day. This is the most slow-paced TV show ever. It is so boring that I'll make one want to shut off their TV after watching a minute of this. Super Readers, these characters are anything but Super Readers. Look at them. They're illiterate. They don't know crap. Powers? They have no powers. Just like Team Umizoomi. Wyatt tries to make every viewer feel well by talking to them the entire episode when they're probably just brain dead. Why do they always have to make every story a happy ending? Happy endings get old after a while. In every show they do, not just this show. All the action in this show is so weak that it feels like there's none at all. This show will make one want to go to sleep right after in the middle of an episode. It is that monotonous. How come nobody puts this show in their countdowns? Gosh, these characters are so annoying. It ended last year, thank goodness. That's all there is to say for the top 12 worst TV shows. Sorry if they're all baby shows, but pretty much all the Disney sitcoms and all the Nickelodeon sitcoms were close to making the countdown, except there were too many of them, and they were pretty much the same material reused over and over again. That's pretty much what every Disney and Nickelodeon sitcom is. That's sorry that they were pretty close to making this list, but there was just too much to look at them. Like, there wouldn't be enough detail about them. There's so many of them. But that's all there is to say for the top 12 worst TV shows. Sorry if this video was monotonous, but wanted to get it out of the way. That's all there is to say. See you on the next video. There will be a Barney rant and Tom's a Tank and rant. Good night.